Good morning, Tammy. Can you hear me?
Good morning, Heather. How are you?
Well, and you?
Good. Happy
Good.
Monday.
Happy Monday.
And I'm not sure when
Adam.
Adam will be able to join us. And Bo is also traveling.
Okay.
And Rachel Green also. Oh, Rachel's on with us.
Great.
Good morning.
Hi,
Good.
Rachel.
Hi, good morning. I'm stuck in the airport.
Oh, seems to be a common theme right now.
Yeah.
Morning.
Morning,
Hi,
Paul.
Paul.
Morning. Hopefully I'm not muted now. Maybe I wasn't muted before, Tammy. I'm not sure.
No, we can hear you. You're good. Good morning, Sarah. Hi, Jennifer.
Good morning, everyone.
So it looks like it's 9:30. But from my count, and maybe I'm wrong, Tammy, I don't think we have a quorum.
We do not have a quorum right now. Bo was going to be traveling and trying to join us while he was traveling. He's the only other one that I heard what oh
There's
no, Sarah
Sarah.
Schreiner's coming, so I think we're good now.
Now we're good.
We're
Okay.
good.
Okay. Good morning, Sarah. We're glad you came on. You made quorum, so thank you.
Yay!
All right. Well, I will call this meeting to order for the Montana SWIB Executive Committee. It is 9:31 on the 10th of November. You all should have received an agenda. So I would accept a motion to accept the agenda as written.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you, Sarah. Is there any discussion? Having none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion passes. Great, we've got an agenda. Next on the agenda is our minutes that was attached in the email that Tammy sent out from the 10th of June. Hopefully everyone's been able to read it. I would accept a motion.
Move to accept.
I second.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Sarah. Is there any discussion? Okay, having none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed? Okay, the motion passes. All right, I will open it up for public comment on agenda items. Is there any public that would like to make comment on the agenda as written? It doesn't look like there's any public comment. We'll go into the next agenda item, which is the 406 Jobs Committee structure. Tammy, do you mind going over that for us, please?
Sure. And I'm going to share my screen so that you can kind of see the outline here. Are you able to see my screen?
I'm able to see the screen
Okay.
that says agenda on
Yep.
it. Yes.
Let me get the right document over there.
Sorry, I'm going to be paying attention, Tammy, but if I'm looking over here, I got to look at a bigger screen. So I'm still with you.
Okay. All right. That's okay.
You're not looking out the window, Paul?
No, or I'm not working on the side here. I just need to pop it out. So.
Okay. So, and I know Adam, will join us as soon as he can, but basically with the 406 Jobs Committee structure, it's going to be a standing committee under the SWIB bylaws, section 401.0, 401.1, and it's going to provide an umbrella for 4 subcommittees designed to guide priority initiatives supporting the 406 Jobs strategic framework. Those subcommittees will be called the Pathways Subcommittee, the Barriers Subcommittee. So again, it's following those 3 buckets that were in the 406 framework, Sector Partnership Subcommittee, and then a WIOA Systems Subcommittee. We need to get chairs for the subcommittees. And then when we talk about this on the SWIB, you can see the year 1 priorities that are listed there in green. They're aligned with the document that Jennifer sent out. All of the priorities are listed there. And so there's going to be working groups under those subcommittees that are going to need to get the work done.
Tammy, one
Tammy?
question
Yes.
that I have is I don't see it on here, and it's kind of, I know it's wonky how it works, but with the apprenticeship committee, because that is, there are some required SWIB board members, but not everybody on that committee. So will that just be in addition to this?
I think your apprenticeship committee will operate as it's normally operate, and I see this working committee working closely with what you guys are trying to do. Sarah
Perfect.
and Jennifer, correct me if I'm wrong under that.
Jen, do you want to weigh in? I guess I thought the ACC was a subcommittee of SWIB that has additional members in addition to SWIB. Am I wrong?
You're right, Sarah. The composition of the Apprenticeship Advisory Committee is such that a SWIB member chairs it, and that member is expected to be someone who is an apprenticeship sponsor. So it functions as a quasi committee of the SWIB because it's chaired by a SWIB member. Its role is slightly different in that it doesn't advise the board as much as it advises DLI, but no, it should exist as a sort of standing committee of the board.
Sounds like that is a separate committee. Did that answer your question, Sarah?
Yeah, just wanting to make sure that, especially for all of the new members that we have coming onto the SWIB, that there's clarity that we have, these are our committees, but we also have the apprenticeship committee as well.
And maybe during our meeting, we can clarify that. We can have like, these are the new committees that will be under the 406 jobs, and these are the standing committees that we still have to uphold per, statute and rule.
That sounds great.
Thank you, Sarah, for that clarification. So Tammy, my question to you is, are you wanting us to identify chairs for these today, or do you want us to do that as a whole SWIB board? Or is this just more of an FYI? I guess I need to know what you would like for next steps for the executive committee to do.
Well, it was decided at the last SWIB meeting that the executive committee would kind of develop the committees, and then I think that chairs, should be chosen. There's a lot of work groups that are going to need to get done within, those 4 bucket areas. And so I think putting that out to the SWIB members to decide which one aligns with what they would like to help with. But I think the chairs should possibly initially come from the executive committee.
Makes sense.
And the only one, when Adam and I were visiting about these buckets, the 4th bucket will be a surprise for him. That was from Jennifer and I's conversation. So, but that's okay. All of the rest of it is what we talked about. The only one that he could think of for, in thinking about the members was possibly for the Pathways subcommittee would be Bo.
I was just kind of thinking on the same lines, Tammy, that, thinking relative backgrounds under, where the fits might be, you can find some passion within that bucket with experience. It'd be a good fit. And that one jumps out for Bo, given what, the work that he does.
And I would be willing to support with that committee, especially as the chair of the apprenticeship advisory. That I think it would tie really nicely for me to be able to let them know what we're working on the back end and how then we can springboard that forward through the SWIB.
Great. I love that. Any suggestions for the barriers?
Who are we missing today? I know Bo's not on, and
So we're missing Bo and Jason and Adam
Jason.
right now.
okay. I mean, it's just Sarah and I right at this point. I'm happy to serve wherever there's a good fit. I've been on a WIOA committee for a lot of years, but I'm happy to plug in where there's the greatest need, or where there may be a fit.
Paul, what about sector partnerships for you?
Okay.
What do you
Done.
think? Is that a good?
Happy to play the role there.
Okay.
Jennifer or Sarah, do you have any suggestions on the barriers subcommittee? I would ask you as well. I'm not trying to avoid you, Tammy. I know that they also know the board members really well. So
Yes, no, please. That's very helpful because I don't. I'm new, so I'm relying on you guys.
right.
Mm-hmm. I certainly think that is a good fit for our SWIB board members, Chanda Hermanson from DPHHS, running the vocational rehab program that is a barrier buster by its very nature. I also think that's a very good place for Superintendent Hedlund as a SWIB board member, given her interest in her agency's work in alignment with us on some of these career exploration tools in the K-12 environment. So I think those are good starts. Trying to think through who our other members are. I know we've got a number of new members. I wonder if that might be of interest to our newest organized labor member, Dwight Rose, because he runs the training program, the JATC, for the laborers union in Montana. which often provides a lot of supplemental or supportive resources to folks to get them into the laborers training as an entry point to the building trades. I've not spoken with Mr. Rose, but I think that might be well aligned with him, especially on the re-entry work. I think the laborers do a lot of that recruiting in partnership with Department of Corrections and Pardon and Parole, but we'd want to visit with him.
Would Representative Seekins Crow also be a good one to add to that because of her passion in
Mhm.
regards to reentry? So she
I
led that
suspect
effort.
you're right.
That was exactly who I was going to suggest as well.
How many folks are you trying to put on each subcommittee, Tammy? I apologize, I can't remember.
That's okay. So actually right now we just need a chair for the subcommittees and I love actually that Sarah said I'll help Bo because I think it's good to have two people that are helping. But then the work committees, the work that needs to get done, like identifying those SWIB members that are going to be part of the working group, like in the barriers, the Cheryl Seacon-Crow's, Dwight Rose. So they're going to be part of that subcommittee doing the work. So that's where I think in the SWIB meeting, we identify, and I think they're going to self-identify where they're going to want to go into. But I think just finding that initial chair for the subcommittees, and then at the SWIB meeting, we can kind of outline whether they self-identify or we talk it through. Dwight, you would be a good one for the barrier subcommittee to get work done. That was kind of the direction I was going. What are your thoughts?
I think that works. As long as we could give a nice overview of what those committees' expectations are so people know, what they're signing up for.
That would be my only hesitation with having a brand new SWIB board member as the chair of a committee. It is a steep learning curve to get in and understand how everything functions. So I just wonder if we should try to have maybe they be more member, part of the work group versus actually chairing the committees.
So then I think what I'm hearing you say is that if Chanda is interested, having her do the barriers, having her chair that, but then really good members for that to get the work done would be Heidelin and Dwight Rose, right? Is
Yes.
that?
Yeah.
And Representative Seekins Crow, I suspect.
Yes. Okay.
Under the WIOA one, I'm happy to do that because I'm the current WIOA chair. I just don't know if you want another person to lead that, and so there's a separation, but I'm happy with either way.
Well, who else on the committee would be a good one if we did? I mean, Heather, yes, it makes sense if you were to do both, but
Yep, I
is
get
that
it.
right? If it is that necessary, I don't know. Other thoughts on that?
I was thinking that might probably make sense if we're looking at this group in the sense that would Jason Yeager then slot into the barriers? Just thinking AI automation and then modernizing tools just from his tech standpoint and his connections to that industry.
So
I was
Chanda
thinking
and
Jason
Jason
as well for that. Mhm.
So just clarification. So Chanda and Jason for the barriers? Or yes? Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking if you needed someone from this committee to be a chair to work with Shanda and Carrie Seekins Crow and I would even assume, Sarah, your childcare background would come in as a real subject matter expert to that group too, in terms of to get into issues on that front.
Yeah,
I was visiting
with one of the I think it was the job force or job services employees, and they said that at every single one of the roadshow stops, childcare came up. That was the that was the one common thing that showed up at every single one. So I do think, I mean, obviously each of us only has so much time, but I do think that there will be overlap between all of these, right? It's not
Yep.
necessarily going to be we just stay in our one lane. There will be opportunities where we're going to need to work together, or like you said,
Yes.
be subject matter experts.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what I'm hearing the committee say, or the executive committee say, is for the pathways chair, we would like to bring forth Bo's name. And then for barriers, I'm hearing both Shanda as well as Jason. And then for sector partnership, it was Paul. And then for WIOA, it was myself. Is that what everyone heard?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. And if and maybe I misunderstood, not to belabor it, Heather, but if we don't need a executive member as a chair, I'm completely confident in Shanda and Carrie Seekins. I'm not trying to tag on there. I thought that was part of the
Well,
the need.
I think
So-
I think I got ahead of myself and started thinking about other people to put into that committee.
Okay.
Which it sounds like we're gonna let them self-select instead of us telling them what to do. So, or highly recommend. How's that?
There you go. We can guide. Although I think they're gonna, you know, they'll probably self-select quite well.
I think
I
they will
would-
too. Yeah. All right. So is there any other further needs or discussion in regards to the identification of chairs for these subcommittees under the 406 jobs?
So
Nope, just want to
Heather,
say I really like how this is laid out. I think this aligns very nicely with what we're trying to do. So good job, Tammy.
I would
Okay.
echo that. Sarah, well said. No, this is great.
well, thank you. It's a group effort, and I'm excited for the work to get done. And Heather, I'm just gonna go back and just clarify, just Bo and Sarah for the pathways, Chanda and possibly Jason for the. Oh, here comes Adam. I'll hold that thought. Hi, Adam.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Yeah, glad you could join us. And I know that Superintendent Heidelman joined us as well. So
Oh, perfect.
Adam, we were just going through committee chairs for the buckets, the subcommittees that we outlined. We actually added, Jennifer and I visiting, I actually added another fourth one called the WIOA Systems Subcommittee. So we have four. We've got the Pathway Subcommittee, which Bo and Sarah are going to handle those. The Barrier Subcommittee, maybe Shanda and Jason. We have our Sector Partnerships, Paul, and then the WIOA, Heather.
Okay.
Do you have
Yep, that
any
sounds good.
input? Okay,
No, I'm good with those.
okay. And then at the meeting, the SWIB meeting, we'll have a SWIB members self-identify on this, which ones they're interested in doing the work, because the year one priorities, there'll be a lot of work that needs to get done under those subcommittees.
That's really good.
Heather, do we need to vote or anything on this format, or are we good to just move forward?
I don't know that answer. Tammy, what would your suggestion be? Do we want to vote on this? Make it formal?
I think we might as well.
Yeah, that
Adam,
makes
do you want to
sense.
take
Yep.
over?
I can. I'm just trying to get in the car here, but
Or I'm
I,
happy to
I would-
continue.
certainly entertain a motion here to approve the committee structure and named chairs.
I will, so moved. This is Heather.
Second?
Second.
All
This
right.
Paul.
All those, thanks, Paul. Any discussion on that? If not, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. All right, motion carries. What is next on the agenda, Tammy?
Let me go back to that. We have the public comment on any non-agenda items, committee discussion. Oh, sorry, general committee discussion is next. We just did the 406 committee structure. So general committee discussion is next.
Okay, we'll open that up. Is there anything we need to discuss here? Sarah or Tammy or Jennifer, anything here that's specific we need to cover? Or Paul?
I didn't have anything, Adam. I just, we commented just right before you joined that both Sarah and I made the comment about she made the comment. I just agreed with the great comment that this is exciting. It's really well laid out, and I just think it really sets the stage moving forward as a board.
Yeah, Adam, I
agree.
concur with
Yep.
Paul. I just want to send a hearty thank you to this executive committee. In addition to the 2 in-person SWIB board meetings that we've had and the 15 road shows around Montana, if you see a DLI staff member in coming weeks, give them a pat on the back and a thank you. 15 cities in 5 weeks was a grind, but we had almost every community college and 2-year college and tribal college in Montana join us. We had tribal council members, we had tribal chairman and tarot officers, we had school superintendents, we had teachers, we had counselors. 15 cities racing around Montana for 5 weeks was amazing. We had 5 separate meetings between Crystal and her team with the OPI staff, 2 separate meetings with OCHI. We co-hosted an event with the school administrators of Montana. We talked to the trustees on this Montana School Board Association meeting. And then Jen Owen has been convening weekly calls with OPI and OCHI on alignment. She's had over 6 of those. So altogether, I currently count 30 individual big lift stakeholder opportunities in, I don't even want to say 90 days, because truly we did it all in 60, and we couldn't have done it without your help and pushing this out to your stakeholders and your network and your industries. Thank you. This was big. The governor's executive order requires that we hand him this plan tomorrow. So I just am so grateful for all of your help in leaning in. 90 days is a short sprint, even in the private sector, and to accomplish it as an amalgamation of private and public and government, it is just impressive. And we couldn't have done it without such an engaged, awesome board as all of you. So thank you.
I really appreciate just echo Sarah's and Paul's comments, the work that's been done here in a very short amount of time. And Jennifer and Tammy, as you come on full time, just can't express enough how appreciative we are. I got a chance to review again the document on the plane this morning, and there's such clarity about where we're headed in it, and how how we organize and structure the state to respond consistently to the workforce needs and the priorities set. It really speaks really well, and for a government document, incredibly easy to read. So it was really enjoyed going through it again this morning. So any other comments for the group?
The only other thing I would just add to this is how exciting it is to be part of a committee that we actually see we see government actually moving the work forward. It's not just happening here and it's these big ideas, but there is the follow through piece, and that is incredibly exciting. And for me, it keeps me very inspired to continue showing up and sharing ideas and feedback. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I'd agree, Adam, that in going through that document, one of the things that there, the way each section started out with a data point, most of them did, but then all the bullets behind it just created a lot of invitations to engage in all those. And having it broken into pieces, it was so much easier to read and take in bites as opposed to 33 pages without any breaks, just moving on from paragraph to paragraph. I mean, it just, I think, exceptionally well done. And I'm excited about all those, like I said, those invitations to engage in the different parts. Just the bullets added so much clarity.
Well, and the bullets will help us as the work gets done in those subcommittees, looking at the metrics and the outcomes that we want to happen in the first year. Like truly, that's going to be our guide. So very helpful. Jennifer's amazing.
You are all amazing. But Jen, thank you. We, for those of you that don't know, I submitted Jennifer to Governor Gianforte late this summer after the executive order was submitted for consideration for one of the governor's Excellence in Performance Awards because of her work elevating the profile of this board, her work as our chief architect, doing the SWOT analysis and pulling together all of the work to develop 406 jobs and bring us to here. And the governor agreed. So Jen was awarded last week one of Governor Gianforte's Excellence in Performance Awards for this incredible work. In fact, it reminds me, her plaque is on my table, so I'll have it for our meeting at 10:30.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Jennifer. I'm saying that out loud just because I don't know if you can see us if you're on a camera.
Well done.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'm not feeling great today, as you can probably hear in my voice, but thank you. I think we're in a really exciting position. We've worked really hard. We've been very transparent and engaging. In addition to all of the meetings and engagement opportunities that the commissioner mentioned, while we were doing the roadshow, we presented at the Montana Hospital Association, the Optech Photonics event. I did a statewide STEM presentation. So we really have, I think, reached as far as we can, and we know there's more to do. That's what I think I love most about this isn't an endpoint. We didn't just write a plan to go on a shelf. We have a framework for an ongoing conversation with the state, and I think it's really exciting.
We asked you to give us a plan where we could help show government how to move more at the pace of business. And I think you've done that. We have to execute, but I just can't thank you enough, friends. All right, I'll see you at 10:30.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.